an insult. Okay, here we go.
Yep. $2 for the camera.
Whoever said that mankind will end with a whimper instead of a bang never got to see the two of us in our element. I will admit that human beings are inherently fragile, and I'll concede that the same logic applies to the creatively gifted. But there are no whimpers in the precise way you pinpoint the picture-perfect amounts of life to place in two-dimensional portraits of the soul, painted to make three-dimensional people look like cracked porcelain and broken pencil points. And any pessimistic pinprick on the grand scheme map of the universe would be pretty hard-pressed to find a whimper in how your fingers don't really make art. They just are art. Small bones connecting joints, gently wrapped in nerves, blanketed by muscle fibers, hugged by angel soft skin that would easily be used as canvas for doodles and notes, and masterpiece portraits if paper became a scarcity. Mankind can't end with a whimper or settle for a bang when there's someone whose art makes mankind erupt. Not erupt in the way that volcanoes blow their tops, because that is a whimper compared to the noise you stir up when you strip yourself down to pastels and watercolors and become the pulse that your fingers caress out of sketches of boys finding love on computer screens and kisses being thrown like fastballs, because blowing kisses is just as weak as volcanoes spilling their guts to try and amount to my soul spilling out to be the first breath giving your pulse-propelled pieces life. And please don't press the point of whimper-soaked endings when the sight of your art and your body in motion imitating art is simply man's last hurrah, vocalized by the joy, the jubilation, the justified jolt of jolly jumping off vocal cords and jamming up any jaded notions of going out with a jittery whimper. See, you're my bang. Not like the whimper the world heard when the atom was first split. You are the big bang resonating in my chest that causes me to speak, to vocalize, to personify, to stand up and alliterate, to reason and rhyme and rhythmically run down all the ways that spoken words work to repopulate the night sky with forms so reinvigorated that the first big bang sounds like a revolver backfiring and ripping apart whimpering redcoats with ruined bits of revolutionized shrapnel. Draw for me. Never stop drawing for me. Keep drawing for me even after mankind has gone out with its nose skimming the Milky Way and its last sounds a throwback to Reeves, and any second thoughts of whimpers remain firmly buried under your stacks of storybook sketches stenciled and strung together into starry constellations packed tighter than impossible stone structures named Stonehenge. And I'll be your words. Your dialogue that delivers the implicit daydreams and the dismal derivations of your art into the daylight, and delights of something so detrimental to the ultimate destination of you and I and our kind shuddering at the dread of one day being destined to bow out of creation with the same sound reserved for dried out wells driving out dust. Stories. I want to write stories with you. Muse of Monet and matriarch of modernist movements molded into the melody of motivated studies and meticulous creativity. You bring the pretty words, and I'll bring the whimsical. You bring the pretty pictures, and I'll bring the whimsical words, and we'll give our kind something more inspired than woeful whimpers to bow out of creation with. Let's give mankind the permanent passion of a love story tattooed on our skin. Let's give mankind the very violence of a lust-laced whispers bred from vodka-soaked embraces and heaven-tinted Vienelles. Let's give mankind the kind of imposing impressiveness reserved for epics like the Iliad. Impress everything from the inklings of ideas in newborns to the kind of introspection instigated by gazing upon items infinitely greater than us. Let's just write our story. Let's outline the stories of our kind. Let's see to it that the last legend of mankind ends not with a whimper and certainly not something as weak and broken as a bang, but with arts. The simple smile, the light of laughter, the heaping of heartstring, heaving, harmoniously hatched herps that will hope to be met with the right frequency of frequently found derps that signal the flight of furnace-fueled moments. Moments of arts. Moments that just are whatever the hell we say they are, because mankind is not going to go out in a whimper. It's going to end with arts. It's going to end however we say it's going to end.